Okay, so back to the TC sounds here. When I left off, I had, in the other previous videos, I had sanded the spider adapter ring on the inside, the outside, the top, and the bottom. And I had glued it to the red lower spider and clamped it in place. And then once that was done, I went back and scuffed up the top of it again, and then glued the upper spider in place with the leads, and then glued um, the upper spider to the voice coil, the former on the upper. And then I went back and I sanded the bottom of the lower red spider, just make sure, it was nice, good, and flat, and had a nice rough surface to glue it into the basket. And then also what I did is like I told you, when I sanded the outside of this, I went back and filled that in with epoxy between the upper and lower spider and the ring all as one, so it's like one, unit there. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to, dry fit everything again, because I've selected the cone that I'm going to use. So we're just going to put this in here, as you can see, it goes right into place. And then just want to spin it a little, make sure everything is lined up. I'm going to put the test fit the cone there. There we go. And what I did is I went with the tall roll cone. Now I did neck it out because this was 2.93 inches on the inner, which is kind of standard and typical in a way, a lot of 3-inch cones, and I needed it to be like 3.013 or I forget anyways. But you can take a round shaft, like a screwdriver has a round shaft, or a dowel rod, like I said in an old video, and just run it around it and keep running it around it, and just until it slides over and it's it's got a little bit of resistance to it. Now when you do that, as you neck that out, you're going to have this lip of the cone is going to start making a, like it's going to have a lip down here. And sometimes when you go to set that back in place, that extra little lip that hangs down, what that can do is it can cause it from sitting flush. It may hit where you've glued the spider in. And what you can do is just flip it upside down, and just take a razor blade. And if you can see it, I don't know, but like I cut it flat to cut that little lip that comes off in here. I just go around it and just trim it, flat. So now the neck of the cone is flat. So what I'm going to do is just stick it on here, just a little, dry fit to show you that what it's going to look like. You want to make sure that your the notches in your surround line up with the bolt holes in the basket. And as you can see, we're just going to push it down. Now it fits nice and in place, and that's what it will turn out looking like. Now what I'm going to do, I think I've decided I'm going to use, because I've got a bunch of them and it fits inside between the surround on the cone really well. I have a bunch of a particular manufacturer. They have a full glass fiber, like carbon fiber look, glass fiber cone cover, like dust cap. It's a full cone cover, and I think I've decided I'm going to go with that. It's a black glass fiber. So what I'll do is, I'll pull this back apart when I stop this video. I'll pull this back apart, and what I'll do is I'll wipe once all this is out, I'll wipe the spider landing down with alcohol again and up here. And then I'll mix up some epoxy and put it on the spider landing, and we'll get the coil assembly put in place and clamp it down so that it can dry. And once that's done, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and solder my leads to my push terminals on the solder tabs. And once that's done, I'll go ahead and unclamp the spider, and then I'll slide the cone in place, this cone back over, and then I will get my leads trimmed down and soldered up, all 4 of them, and then get them cut down really low, and then I'll go ahead and glue this upper joint into place. And once that's cured up, I'll go back and I'm going to cut my former down, as close as I can, just enough to get one of the compression caps on it. And I'll get that glued in place. And that way, all I got to do, go back and do, is put the glass hopper full cone cover dust cap on it. This will be for sale. I'll leave my number and my email in the description. On my number, it's text only. And a couple of people interested in the Nemesis 8. So if you guys are, any of you are interested in it, like I said, $295 shipped for that. Original box and everything. And it's ready to go. I had 1 or 2 people already talking to me about the Neo 15. Again, if you guys are sound quality guys and you still like to get, pretty loud, I mean, that's a good driver for that. And it will work in an infinite baffle setup. You just want to reduce the power on it a little bit because you're using your whole trunk as an enclosure. But it will work for an infinite baffle setup, absolutely. Somebody had asked me about that. 600 or 700 watts on an infinite baffle would get pretty loud. The sound quality is great. So, still have that. I've got some other subwoofers that I'm going to be showing you guys that I'll be putting up for sale. Like I said, I'm about to do a build log, do like a build log for you guys. And like I said, I'm going to do like a more of a lower budget sound quality build, like I said, so you guys can see that you can have great performance in a sound quality build and not have to break the bank to do so. Also, I'll put some links there. If you guys want to donate to the channel, any little thing would help. That's not me begging you for anything. I'm not monetized. I don't get paid anything by YouTube. Nor would I. That's even if it was at a point to be monetized, like I would just choose not to do so. That's not why I made the channel. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this content and to see what this is going to turn out like with the, I started, I wanted to use this particular cone because it's a really tall curved linear. I didn't want to go with the even taller and wider mega roll. I wanted to keep, a lot of cone area, but still have the ability for, the cone to have, the surround to have plenty of linear excursion capabilities. So anyways, again, like I said, this is a dual 2. You can run this at 4 or 1 ohm. It's all copper coil in this, USA made with black high temp USA glue on it. Dual 10-inch spiders that are spaced. Both are progressive rolls. It's it's got 2 lead wires per coil. Per coil wire. Just a dual flat leads on it. And then it's a dual stitched, really tall, fairly dense foam surround. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and pull this back apart and I'll get the next video started of gluing it in.